this is the lecture number 16 for the chapter Maxima Minima, and we're discussing exercise 6.5 and the word problems we are doing. And we are starting with question number 22. It is given that there is a length of the wire which is of 28 meter, and you have to break into two pieces such that from the one piece we are making the square, and from the second piece we are making a circle. And you have to break like so that the combined area of the radius and the combined area of the circle and the square should be minimum. So from 28 meter length of the wire, I have made from x meter a square is made. From x meter, let us take a square is made. Then from 28 minus x meter, the circle will be made. So because from x meter a square is made, then x will be the perimeter of the square, and 28 minus x will be the perimeter of the circle. So perimeter of the square is x, and the perimeter of the circle is 28 minus x. The perimeter of the square is 4 into side. The perimeter of the circle is 2 pi r, which is the circumference. The side of the square is coming out to be x upon 4, and the radius of the circle is coming out to be 28 minus x upon 2 pi. Why are finding this? Because we have to find the combined area, which is the area of the square and the area of the circle. To find the area of the circle, we need the side of the square, which is x upon 4. To find the area of the circle, we need radius, which is 28 minus x upon 2 pi. So area of the square, area of the circle, this is the combined area, and you have to prove that it is minimum. So first of all, simplify it, x square upon 16, and find the whole square. It is pi upon 4 pi square, which is equal to 1 upon 4 pi, and 28 minus x whole square. Differentiate with respect to x. You know how to differentiate it. Put it equal to 0. You are getting the value of x is equal to 112 upon pi plus 4, which is the side of the square or the length of the wire from which the square is made. And you subtract this from 28, you will get the length of the wire from which the circle is made. Now you have to prove that the combined area is minimum, so you have to differentiate the d upon dx with respect to x again. This is the first derivative. Differentiate, it will be 1 upon x, it will be 0, it is equal to 1 upon 2 pi, which will be positive. 1 upon 8, 1 upon 2 pi is positive, so means area is minimum. Combined area is minimum because the second derivative is positive. So somebody, the question is this. In question number 23, it is a good question. In a sphere, a cone is inscribed, and the radius of the sphere is given as let us equal to r. Let the radius of the sphere be r. Now you can land the cone is of let the radius and height of the cone be r, and height of the cone will be r plus x. So volume of the cone is 1 upon 3 pi r square h. See in the figure carefully. I have let the radius of the sphere. This is the radius of the cone is capital R, and the radius of the sphere I have taken as equal to r. Now the volume of the cone will be 1 upon 3 pi r square h. H will be r plus x, and the value of x will be less than the radius of the sphere. Now 1 upon 3 pi r square h, we have the volume. Now you can eliminate this r square by putting the value of r as r square minus x square. Use the Pythagoras theorem here. R square will be equal to x square plus capital R square. Eliminate this capital R as r square minus I square using the Pythagoras theorem. Open the bracket and differentiate with respect to x, because here the small r is constant, because this is the radius of the sphere which is constant, it is given. So differentiate with respect to x will be equal to 0, 2xr, and r square minus 3x square. Differentiate it and put it equal to 0, and you are getting as a quadratic equation in terms of x. Differentiate and put it equal to 0, you are getting a quadratic equation in terms of x. The x will come out to be r upon 3, and x equal to minus r. X equal to minus r cannot be possible. Find its second derivative. It will be pi minus 2r minus 6r upon 3, which is less than 0. Differentiate this again with respect to x, so it will minus 2r 0 minus 6x minus 6x will be negative. 6r upon 3 minus 2r, which is less than 0. So the volume is maximum when x is equal to r upon 3. When you put the value of x is equal to r upon 3 here, you will get the value x equal to r upon 3 here, x equal to r upon 3 here. You will get the second derivative as negative. So the volume is maximum at x is equal to r upon 3. Now the height of the cone is x plus r. Now the value of x is r upon 3, which is coming out to be 4r upon 3. And the r is equal to, capital R is equal to under root r square minus x square. Under root r square minus x square, replace the value of x as r upon 3, which is coming out to be 2 root 2 upon 3 into r. The capital R in terms of small r, and the height is also in terms of small r, because the radius small r is the radius of the sphere it is given. Now you have to find the ratio of the volume of the cone is upon volume of the sphere, because you have to show that volume of the cone is 8 upon 27 the volume of the sphere. The volume of the cone is 1 upon 3 pi r square h, where h is 4r upon 3. We have already defined it out. This is radius of the cone, and 1 upon 3 pi r square h, and the volume of the sphere is 4 upon 3 pi r cube, and the value of r is 2 root 2 upon 3 r whole cube. When you simplify it, it will be 8 upon 27. 8 upon 27. So the volume of the cone is equal to 8 upon 27, the volume of the sphere you have to prove. So it is given that in this question, a cone is inscribed in a sphere of radius r, and we have let the radius of the sphere as small r, and the radius of the cone we have taken as capital R. So volume of the cone you have to prove its maximum. 1 upon 3 pi r square h, height of the cone will be r plus x. R plus x. This is the radius of the cone. Differentiate with respect to x, put it equal to 0. We are getting x equal to r upon 3 and x equal to r minus r, which is not possible. Find its second derivative, which is coming out to be negative when x is equal to r upon 3. Volume of the cone is maximum when x is equal to r upon 3. Height of the cone is x plus r. Replace the value of x r upon 3, which is 4 r upon 3. And the radius of the cone is under root r square minus x square by using the Pythagoras theorem. Why we are finding in terms of small r? Because you have to find the ratio between the volume of the cone and the volume of the sphere, which is you have to prove that volume of the cone is 8 upon 27 the volume of the sphere. The volume of the cone upon volume of the sphere, 1 upon 3 pi r square h. Replace the value of h of which is coming out to be 4r upon 3, and 4 upon 3 r cube, which is the radius of the sphere, which is 2 root 2 upon 3 r. So this is the ratio between the volume of the cone and the volume of the sphere, which is coming out to be 8 upon 27. Now in question number 24, it is given that there is a cone whose slant height is given, and you have to prove that its curved surface area is minimum when the height is root 2 times the radius of the cone. You have to prove it. Now the volume of the cone, which is 1 upon 3 r square h, and it is given that height, radius, slant height is given, and height will be 3v upon pi r square, and curved surface area is pi rl of the cone. Curved surface area is pi rl. Now we don't know the value of L, so using the Pythagoras, L will be under root h square plus r square. Squaring both the side, you remove this square root, so c square will be equal to pi square r square in the bracket h square plus r square. Replace the value of h from here, it is 3v upon pi r square. Find the whole square, open the bracket like this, open the bracket. Differentiate this with respect to r. The differentiation of 1 upon r square is minus 2 upon r cube, or you take your own time to find its derivative, and the derivative of r raised to power 4 is 4r cube. Put it equal to 0. You are getting a relationship as 18v square upon r cube is equal to 4 pi square r square. Replace the value of v, which is 1 upon 3 pi r square h, and find the square of it. Simplify, you are getting the h is equal to root 2r. Find the second derivative of this first derivative, which is this, and 1 upon r cube derivative will be minus 3 upon r raised to power 4, which make it positive, and the derivative of this is 3r square, which is also positive, and the combined second derivative is positive. It means its curved surface is minimum when h is equal to root 2 r. So always you have to eliminate one of the variable from the given, what is given, and you have to differentiate the thing you have to maximize or minimize. In question number 25, the slant height of the cone is given, which is L, and you have to prove that its volume is maximum when alpha is equal to tan inverse root 2. You have to prove. So the slant height is given, and this is a semi-vertical angle is given, the radius and height. Now you have to prove that its volume is maximum. So you have to find the relationship between r and h with L. To use trigonometry, that is cos alpha is equal to base upon hypotenuse and sin alpha is equal to perpendicular upon hypotenuse. Cos theta, cos alpha is equal to base upon hypotenuse, and sin alpha is equal to perpendicular upon hypotenuse. From this, you find the value of h in terms of L and the value of r in terms of L. And in volume, we have 1 upon 3 pi r square into h. So we have converted the volume in terms of slant height and its semi-vertical angle. Now differentiate with respect to alpha, because L is the constant which is given. Differentiate with respect to alpha using the product rule in this. You know how to find the derivative. Put it equal to 0. This is 0. Then sine cube come out to be left hand side. 1 sine alpha you can take common here. Put it equal to 0. Sine alpha cannot be equal to 0 because semi-vertical angle cannot be equal to 0. Now sine square alpha is equal to 2 cos square alpha, and sine square upon cos square will be tan square is equal to is equal to 2. Tan alpha is equal to root 2, and alpha is equal to tan inverse root 2, which we have to prove. Now you can use the Pythagoras theorem or use the trigonometry to find the value of cos alpha and sin alpha from tan alpha. You know how to find the value of sin alpha and cos alpha from tan alpha. You can use the Pythagoras theorem or use the trigonometric identities to find this. Why we are finding it? Because you have to prove that a second derivative is negative. To differentiate this first derivative, product rule you have to use this here. Sine cube derivative is 3 sine square alpha into cos square alpha. So this is the derivative, second derivative. Put the value of cos alpha and sin alpha, which is 1 upon root 3 and 2 upon root 3, and it will come out to be negative. So volume is maximum when alpha is tan inverse root 2. So it is a good question. Alpha, that is semi-vertical angle you have to find, and slant height is given. So we have converted radius and height in terms of slant height and semi-vertical angle alpha, and we have proved that the second derivative of volume is negative when alpha is tan inverse root 2 or tan alpha is equal to root 2. We'll discuss the remaining question in the next lecture. Thank you.